All right. Your theme of the month, the 10 of Cups. So 10 of Cups, joy, peace, family. This is like kind of everything I wanted and more, if that makes sense. So your theme of the month may not be with this other person, or maybe with this other person. It just depends. But the 10 of Cups is definitely, this is what I want and then some. So whether it's marriage, whether it's kids, life partner, adopting for babies, I always say this the same way because there's so many different things people want. It's not the traditional, like it used to be, I must get married, I must have babies. It's not like that anymore. We can have our own traditions, have our own way of life and way of thinking. And the 10 of Cups just embraces that and says the Pisces is really ready to find their true happiness. Pisces is really ready to find that peace, joy. I do, however, feel like this person that you've dealt with before was a part of that peace, or you were a part of their peace. So maybe you're thinking towards the end of the year, maybe the holidays, something here is jumping out going, but this person puts me at peace, or there is a peace, or for all intents and purposes, it could be a peace offering. Like you guys have finally found your peace, or you're going to find your peace. For some of you, I don't feel like you're talking at all. So it's just more along the lines of your kind of like, hopefully we can come to like, draw a line in the sand. The next card you have is the Eight of Pentacles. That doesn't surprise me. This is kind of the energy I think you carried last month, which was kind of like, if I don't think about it, it doesn't exist. The Eight of Pentacles is very beautiful, very hardworking, somebody who is focused on money and finance and, gaining career success and all of the above, and kind of saying, I'm not really going to think about love right now. So your focus out externally, okay, I say that because you're Pisces, and Pisces are good at introverting the internal feelings, right? But right now your focus is work. Your focus is work. I don't have time to worry about this person, but I get a feeling that internally you are a little bit, especially because of this 10 of Cups. And if it's not this person, then you're just hoping to find out in the future. However, I definitely get surprised when I do read like this, and then I get the comments like, I hate, his or her guts. I would never talk to them again. Probably not the read for you, because this would just entertain the fact that you're still a little thinking about them, even if it's just a smidge. So again, the Eight of Pentacles just tells me you're work, dutiful. You're just kind of like, hey, this is my focus. I'm not going to concentrate on love. Now, internally coming into the month, you have the Chariot, which is Cancer's card. So some of you are dealing with a Cancer, or you have Cancer placements in your chart. The Chariot is moving forward. It's a forward momentum, but it's a self-identification, also including like a balance of two people. So this is kind of what I was talking about when I said, a smidge of you may be still interested in this person, or may still be very connected to this person, because you're very good at distracting yourself with other things. But the Chariot says, well, if we could get on the same page, or if we could just stop the fighting, or if I could trust him again, or if I could trust her again, or if we could figure this out, then we could move the Chariot in the same direction and maybe get some forward momentum. The problem with the Chariot is if you're going one direction, they're going another direction, the Chariot stands still and you don't go forward. Now you can drive the Chariot yourself, but I don't feel like, Pisces, you're very interested in driving the Chariot yourself, either with this past person or with somebody new. You're just ready. You're ready to move forward in a happiness, a peace type direction. The Chariot, though, does signify that, two people can come together. And I feel like internally you're hoping, can we get on the same page? Is there a possibility we can make this happen? The next card you have is your distant past. Over the past 5-10 years, could be throughout childhood. You have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is manipulation, strategy. It's deception. It's somebody who would rather be alone than to be deceived, or to feel that manipulation. So this could be in the past, and some of you carry that with you as baggage. So it tends to destruct other relationships that you come into. So this could be past baggage where somebody hurt you, and so you're constantly on the defense, or you're constantly on the, well, when we break up, or I have trust issues, or some of it's abandonment issues from childhood, and so you carry that with you, and it hits every relationship like a sword. But for some of you, this person that you're dealing with was either very manipulative or deceptive towards you, or you them. Cross watchers, I'm saying that because yes, this can be reversed. I read for the sign of Pisces, so I'm going to do it in their direction. But this can be reversed. It can be that a Pisces hurt you as well. So this just says the universe is saying, if you want to move forward with this person or you want to find peace, maybe have closure with this person and move on to somebody else, you need to draw up the Seven of Swords. You need to, if you guys decide to get back together and there's trust issues on whoever's part, then it needs to be reconciled in the fact that you either get closure and you guys move on and understand you won't be together, or if you are going to be together, that there's no more. Like, you can't cut them, they can't cut you. Easier said than done, I know, because that type of thing lingers, the trust issues or insecurities. But at the same time, then you're just going to continue in a revolving end of bullshit or breakups. The next card you have is your immediate past, or the past few weeks, past month or two, and you have the Knight of Cups. So this is romance. This is, somebody who is full of whimsy, but I hate to say it, it's almost clouded, because it feels like either they're coming towards you or you're coming towards them. But I feel like they're coming towards you and they're like, hey, how are you doing? Hey, how are things? And you're kind of like, that's not enough. That's what you bring to the table after all the bullshit you put me through. You literally text me, hey, hey, what's going on, you, or whatever. Like they're testing the waters, and you're like, no. Vamp it up here a little bit, because you dream of, like, not you, but this other person dreams like, oh, I know this is, it's weird. It's almost like they know that you're their person, or you know that they're your person, and yet the effort's not there. It's not being made. So you guys need to decide whether this is something, and what's exquisite here is you have the Ten of Cups, which means this person is like your pony. Why did I say pony? I almost want to say your lobster. If some of you will understand that completely. You're my lobster. It's on a very famous TV show. I don't put that stuff out there because I don't know YouTube's regulations, and I'd rather not get hit for content on something. But, like, literally they have like chicken pox or something, I think, and they're like, yeah, he's her lobster, or she's her lobster, whatever. Some of you will get it and understand the reference. But my whole point is, I think that both of you, for some of you are going to be like, no, I hate their guts. And then, like I said, this may not be the read for you. But for some of you, you know that they're the person for you, and they know that they're the person for you. Or you're the person for them, I should say. But nobody's making that effort. It's like a dream state. The Knight of Cups, oh, we'll romance each other, or we'll find love, but like, hey, or how you doing, or what are you doing, WID, doesn't cut it. So if they really want this, they need to come forward and express it. And if you really want this, you need to reciprocate, or you need to really make the effort. The Knight of Cups is just kind of like a dream state. And it's like, whoa. If we want reality, then there needs to be more effort here on both sides. The next card you have is your distant future over the next few months, and you have the Sun card, which is solutions. It's seeing things clearly. It's a clarifying card. So I do feel like for some of you, you will find a solution with this person, but it will take effort, and not just charm, not just sweet talking, not just, poking every once in a while. Hey, how you doing? Like, that's not enough. One of you or both of you need to pick up the slack here and say, hey, and for a lot of you, you're going to say, well, they totally screwed me over. And okay. And if that's the case, then move on the chariot somewhere else and find somebody else. But as you know, and I know, we're sitting here thinking about this person. You're sitting here, Pisces, going, what are they up to? And I'm not saying you're obsessing about them, nor are they obsessing about you, but kind of. It's weird. Like, one minute you think about them all the time, and then the next minute you're like, no, I'm better off. And vice versa, they do the same thing. So it's like this constant wave of up and down, and yet the connection's still really strong. But the Sun is about solutions. So I feel like there is a point where some of you can get on the same page, but hence, like I said, not the dreamy part of it, not the sweet, romantic, charming part of it, the what are we going to do to make this right? Or I really want you in my life. So what can we do to where insecurities or trust issues or anything that's plagued this relationship can be lifted? It's a work in progress, but it can be done. The next card you have is your immediate future. So over the next few weeks throughout the month of December, and you have the Nine of Wands, which is capability, stamina, This is showing that, you know, I can get through anything. I can make things happen. For whatever reason, this is screaming to me like one of you are going to bite the bullet and just say, hey, you know, I miss you a lot. Like, we can do this. We can make this happen. We can. For some of you, it's like a weird, like, you make promises to each other that were never fulfilled, or I'm going to marry you, but there was never any actual movement towards that. There was never actually any chariot heading that direction. Same with like moving in together, or, you know, buying a dog together, or whatever it is. It was like a lackluster relationship. Like, did you take pictures and really celebrate your relationship? Did you, you know, I feel like the oomph was missing. Like, you guys just did the day-to-day, what was necessary. Now, the lack of love, there was no lack of love. There was no lack of passion. There was none of that. It's just like both of you had a wall up or trust issues. And so it was like, well, this is going to end anyway, so why make a big deal of it? Like, it's just normal couples would take, and normal, there's no normal really anymore, but people would take pictures of somebody that they care about and they'd want to be with, and you take selfies together, you do this, that, and the other. And for some of you, like, you just didn't do some of those traditional relationship things, which could have helped strengthen the bond, because it would have shown each other that, hey, we're actually in this together, or I actually want this long term. It feels like some of you just kind of dropped off of, you guys had the expectation and you always kind of knew you would be together, but it dropped off. Nobody made the effort for whatever reason. Could be infidelity, it could be lying, it could be a number of things. The next card you have is your immediate future. So over the next few weeks throughout, well, that was your immediate future, but this is anything tangible that's going to happen throughout the month of December. And you have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is movement, quick movement, force movement, like very quick movement. This is somebody like whisking in news from afar. Now, this could be a plethora of things. It could be news from a family member. It could be news from an ex-lover. Hell, it could be news from a couple ex-lovers. But for whatever reason, Pisces, some people have some things to say to you, or you do them. Again, this is quick action. This is movement, forward movement, like somebody's coming in fast. So either somebody's coming back to you fast, you're going back to them fast. It's like somebody has this aha moment and goes, oh my gosh, all they needed was a ring on their finger, or all they needed was, and I know that sounds simple, but maybe it's just somebody needed something solidified to where you both could feel secure, and then drop all the other bullshit that surrounded it. The next card you have is anything you're feeling throughout the month. Could be the beginning, middle, end, could last for a day, a week. You have the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is assessing a situation, figuring out what is best for you, figuring out, pros and cons, the risk reward. Mentally, you're sitting here doing that. And for some of you, it's even, should I contact them or should I not contact them? And vice versa. Or they're sitting here going, should I contact Pisces or should I not contact Pisces? What if they've moved on? What if they have somebody else in your life? And you, the same thing. Or this is you saying, well, what if they do contact me? Then what should I do? So Pisces, I feel like you're battling your heart and your head. And yet I do think you'll come to a very clear solution, but right now you're just kind of assessing what to do. But somebody wants to rush in here. Somebody wants to make things work. And for some of you, I feel like it's you. And then for others, I feel like it's, your SP. Okay. The next card you have are your hopes and fears to the outcome. And you have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is, the universe has your back card for me all the time. This is an otherness. This is a subconscious level. This is almost like, you're meant to be together to a certain extent. Does that make sense? Like, there's a karmic connection here. You're not done learning your lessons with this person. They're not done learning their lessons with you. So the High Priestess definitely says, like, there will be some sort of guidance here. There will be some sort of, how should I put this? Mental clarity, I guess, so to speak, that will come. Remember, I was talking about the aha moment, like, oh, I could fix this by da-da-da-da-da, or we could fix this by, or they could fix it, like, there's some sort of, and the High Priestess is almost like, well, I'm in works, or your hopes and fears, or that the High Priestess kind of gives you some sort of inkling as to, okay, now's the time to make a move, or now's not the time to make a move. or they're sitting here going, should I contact Pisces or should I not contact Pisces? All right, the next card you have is your outcome card, and you have the Hierophant. Well, okay, Pisces, you're obviously relying a lot on instinct, on a higher power, on the universe to guide you, on some sort of sign on which direction to go, because you have the Hierophant now. These two cards are very similar. They're very spiritual. They're very believing in something bigger than yourself, believing in destiny, divine timing, karma, because the Hierophant, which is Taurus card, so you could have Taurus in your placement or be dealing with a Taurus, but the Hierophant is very similar to the High Priestess in the fact that this is like a teaching journey. This is learning, but this is also, hands in the air. Okay, I trust that the universe will make, its move in one direction that helps me see something clearly. Because for a lot of you, I feel like you just don't know. You don't see things clearly. Oh, isn't that interesting? You don't see things clearly, and you're kind of like, I'm waiting for the fog to lift. You have the Knight of Cups crowning this, which you have the Knight of Cups twice and you have the Sun card twice. The Knight of Cups, again, is romance. So I feel like Pisces, if you're going to be romantic towards them or they're going to be romantic towards you, which I kind of feel like now's the time to make some sort of gesture. I think that they should come forward to you and make a gesture, or you should to them. But it needs to have strength behind it. It needs to have something like congruent, something very concrete behind it, because I feel like this person feels like you're a charmer or you feel like they're a charmer, and it's not believable because maybe this is a consistent between the two of you. Like you're constantly getting messages from them like, how are you doing? Or what are you doing? Or I'm thinking about you. And you're like, that's not enough anymore. Okay. That's not how you build a relationship. That's not how you get back together. You still have to deal with the nitty gritty and the real stuff. Okay. Like the Knight of Cups is a beautiful energy and being romantic and whimsical. And, okay, maybe they buy you flowers, or maybe they, or you buy them flowers, or some sort of gesture, which is nice. But at the same time, see, that makes sense, because now you have the Queen of Swords coming out, King of Swords coming out. And the King of Swords is very much about truth and just, and like, look, you can charm my socks off all you want, but I need answers. I want to know where we're going. I want to know what's going on. I want to know, where we're headed with this whole thing. I want to know, and I had two cards pop out and I want to take them for a reason. I want to know what direction we're heading. So either you or they are feeling kind of annoyed because you're like, that's great. We both know to a certain extent we belong together. And I'll get to that in a second because that just proved itself. But here it's like, I want truth. I want I want you to come through and say, I'm sorry, and I'm going to make this right. And here's how I'm going to make it right. Or they want that from you. So Pisces, there's yes, okay, passion, and we care about each other, and I want the charming, and I want the romance, and I want the peace, but at the same time, fucking buck up now. All right, if we're going to do this, this is how we're going to do this, and this is how we're going to get through it. I do think, Pisces, it is manageable, though. You have the Sun here, twice. The Sun is solutions. Like I said, it's clear-sighted. The gray skies have lifted. It's seeing things clearly. It's understanding things, but it's also understanding how to fix things. It's also understanding, where to go from here. And it's also understanding that, behind every dark place or behind every dark thing that we go through, there's the Sun that we can appreciate. The Sun is, again, hope, self-awareness. So how can I make this better? And the fact there's two of these coming up is like, Pisces is self-aware. This other person is self-aware. So where do we go from here? Now, the reason I took this right here is because you have the High Priestess twice, which is the universe saying, this is I have your back. So I very strongly feel, Pisces, that this is a very strong connection. Some sort of strong soulmate connection, karmic connection, twin flame connection. Don't correct me at the bottom because there's so many connections that whatever you feel is fantastic for you, but it doesn't matter how you say it, it's how you feel it. And Pisces, I feel like that's the biggest thing you have going for you is this isn't over and they know this isn't over. So how do we find the peace? How do we come to a resolution? Now, the last card you have is the Strength card. And the Strength card is Leo's card. So you could be dealing with a Leo or have Leo placements in your chart. But strength, that's what this is all about. Strength, patience, and self-belief. if I feel like now's the time. If they want to come get you, this would be the time to do it. If you want to go get them, this would be the time to do it. I feel like the end of the year brings whimsy, fantasy, romance, but at the same time, I feel like both of you have been experiencing things in relationships or have experienced things in these relationships that if you have attempted to date, or if you do date, or if you do talk to other people, you kind of go, holy crap, maybe I had it pretty good. Or they're thinking the same thing, like, holy crap, Pisces did things for me that nobody else would ever do. Or they truly did love me. I just didn't know how to accept it because there's, baggage from before, and vice versa. So Pisces, I really think there is a strong connection here that there will be some sort of contact or some sort of communication coming in between the two of you, because I don't feel like the story is completely over. But I think it needs to be handled on less of a romantic whim and more of a, this is what I bring to the table, this is what I want, and this is what I pledge to do better in the future.